What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a Heart's Desire reading for the sign of Aries. Okay, Aries, you are last but not least during the zodiac lineup. Hopefully, of group 3. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So, take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. So, before getting started with your reading, we went on ahead and kind of sat in your reading for a minute and in your energy and just, a small pre read kind of vibe while getting ready to clean up to kind of get into your energy. The King of Wands showed up. Okay. Um, And with that King of Wands, kind of a message of assertiveness is either imminent or already here for the Aries collective, in the sense of kind of like leadership due to like a project or something that's coming up. So kind of prepare yourself for that, or you're kind of in that energy now. Okay, that's all I have when it comes to that. Okay. Because there was a couple of other cards that kind of came up, but that one was more prominent than any other. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle for you guys. As you can see, we do have a Princess of Wands and a Two of Wands. Okay, so possibly some form of maturity, mentioning that King of Wands, kind of coming up and having to choose a path of some sort. Okay. Um, Three of Swords with the Two of Wands, possibly some kind of, heartbreak of some sort for some of you, in regards to, or for someone, opposite of you. Okay. Um, for choosing a particular path, as we see the Death card and the Three of Swords, but they will understand, okay, in a way. All right. So Aries, last shuffle there for you guys before we cut by threes. Okay. Something, maybe a particular connection of some sort, or possible behavior may need to end, as far as like maybe some kind of shift. Okay. Again, in maybe leadership. Okay, from one person to you. Okay, or vice versa. So we have one from the top, which is present energy, one from the bottom, which is past energy, and then one energetically from the middle. It's kind of hard to focus on one, but I think I'm going to go with this one. Okay, so you could have multiple energies on you right now, or just kind of moving with the energy as we're in this reading. Okay, we'll look at the bottom of the deck momentarily to see what the outcome is of this energy here. Okay, so for Aries, your present energy is in 10 of Swords. Okay, then we have your past energy in the Chariot, which is Cancer energy. Okay, and then future energy is showing the Seven of Cups. Okay, so the first thing I'm kind of feeling with just this spread of alone is kind of weird in the sense of kind of, I don't want to say regret in a way, but in the order, it's kind of weird. It's like cross-hairing. Okay, so as you all know, I don't feel like there's any placement energy, like someone who has a has Aries in a placement that's important to them. I just feel like it's you guys in particular, Aries collective, okay? Sun sign in Aries, okay? For once, okay? Possibly, okay? Let's kind of see if I can make sense of this, because I feel slightly confused, and maybe you guys are too, okay? So, Aries present energy, 10 of swords, okay? As you can see, this person is laying down with swords kind of in their back, okay? Usually the 10 of swords means kind of just done, okay? In the sense of burnout, okay? It's a little bit different in the sense of a 10 of wands. 10 of wands is more so about carrying burdens and, hands being really full, okay? Whereas I feel like with the Ten of Swords, it's a feeling of maybe communications, if you will, kind of burning you out, okay? Maybe you've had to do a lot of talking presently, okay? Or receiving a lot of feedback of some sort, and maybe you're the point of contact, okay? And it kind of not really nail in the coffin kind of vibe, but again, kind of pins you down where you don't feel like you have the ability to survive from it, okay, in a sense, okay. Um, I don't feel like it's really negative words, maybe in the sense of high demand or disappointment of some sort. Um, or just having to make a lot of decisions that you didn't think you would have to, okay, is the feeling that I'm getting from this Ten of Swords when it comes to you, Aries, okay? So let's go on to the past energy, okay? Past energy, Chariot, all right? Like I said, Cancer energy. So you must have went guns blazing moving into something, okay, in the past, all right. Opportunity must have arose and you jumped the gun too quickly, okay. Maybe before learning all the specifics about the situation or the process, whatever the case may be, you moved too quickly, okay. You went full steam ahead, okay. Instead of being kind of methodical with it, okay. Maybe the saying, all that glitters is not gold, okay. In the sense of, again, not knowing the fine line, not reading the fine line, fine print, okay. And so that was past, all right. So whatever you got into now is because of an offer or a sign to move in the past, okay? And so, future energy, this Chariot is looking at future, all right? And the future energy is Seven of Cups, okay? Seven of Cups. Whenever I see Seven of Cups, you have all of these different cups here with different things in it. So you may have something with like this rose here, you have the sun, you have the moon, you have heart, um, and all these other things, okay? So it could mean multiple opportunities, maybe either to go elsewhere where it's maybe less challenging or less need for you to really be at the helm, or the possibility of having all of these feelings and emotions about outweighing maybe the good and the bad of your current situation, okay? Um, Seeing things for what they are. You know, is it really providing you fulfillment of some sort, okay? Things that are hidden that weren't previously, very, you know, I'm trying to get the words out, but certain things don't need to come out. But you get the point, okay? For your future energy. So, because that is cups, water, it all depends on your feelings towards the situation moving forward, okay? In the sense of whether or not you feel fulfilled in what it is that you're trying to do, or if you want to change trajectory and maybe having multiple options to probably move elsewhere, okay? or change things around. All right. So, with that being said, Aries, let's get into the bottom of the deck to see what the overall outcome is. And it's Two of Cups. Okay. Two of Cups. Two of Cups may be a situation of a heart to heart conversation with yourself. Okay. Because Two of Cups is usually talking about communing with another person. Um, Maybe confiding. Some of you may confide in another person to kind of express what you've been going through. Okay. Others of you, like I said, maybe need to do some introspection and really commune with yourself. But that's what it's leading to. The number two, really prominent in the sense of focusing on what you want, not what you don't want. Okay, meaning don't put negativity in the forefront. Okay, be of more positive, feed yourself with more positive energy and affirmations to possibly make a conformed decision. Okay, but for some of you, you may confide in someone to kind of help you, kind of figure out what it is you want to do with the Seven of Cups. Maybe someone that could get you out of this mess and into something else. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get into your clarifiers here. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle for you guys, Aries, by 3, and then we'll cut by 3. We do have the Page of Inspiration and the Queen of Emotions here. Page of Inspiration being the Page of Wands, possibly imagining starting over, moving with your intuition and not by true emotion, with the Queen of Emotions here showing up yet again. But the Chariot, okay, emanating light from the solar plexus chakra, okay, in the sense of as much as you made a huge jump before, you may need to make another jump again to move on from something, okay, for your best interests. 3 of Emotions and the Chariot, okay, maybe communing with other people and coming to a consensus. Again, networking, possibly imminent for you guys, Aries, in the sense of getting new opportunities or more people getting to know who you are, okay? And again, what you may be able to offer, all right? So, on a professional level, okay? So, 1 from the top for this 10 of Swords, 1 from the bottom for the Chariot, and 1 energetically from the middle I'm going to go here again. You guys have a lot on your minds, Aries. Hopefully you spend this weekend kind of getting some things maybe written down at best to really outweigh your pros and cons. Because just thinking about it, honestly, even my third eye is kind of feeling heavy in a sense. And that's probably how you guys are also feeling as far as trying to make a decision on something, okay? So let's see what your clarifier is. We'll look at the bottom of the deck to see what's going to clarify this 2 of Cups. We have 3 of Materials, okay, which is 3 of Pentacles with this 10 of Swords. We then have the 4 of Voices, which would be the 4 of Swords with the Chariot, okay? And then we have Temperance with the 7 of Cups for your future placement, okay? Now, automatically seeing this 4 of Swords is talking about reflection, okay? And again, I don't want to jump ahead, but the void of doing so, okay? We do have the 10 of Swords present energy with the Three of Materials, which is Three of Pentacles. Um, Possibly tired in the sense of trying to trying to rebuild, okay, or trying to do something, and it's like I don't feel like you're stuck. I feel like just having the energy to do it is the problem, okay, presently, okay, because Three of Materials is talking about constant rebuild usually, okay. You have three heads here kind of laying intertwined with each other, and kind of this pathway that's kind of braided in a way with these flowers, okay. And the heads of these three are really, in my opinion, the Three Pentacles, okay. And so just with this Ten of Swords being mixed with it is maybe getting tired of doing so. Maybe it's something in particular that you keep on trying to rebuild or revamp and it's just not working, okay. Maybe you've been trying to launch something and you're not getting the feedback that you thought you were going to get, okay. And so it's like trying to be a dead horse, okay, or getting the horse to move in a way, okay. That is an old saying, so I don't mean to offend anybody, all right, but that is what it feels like, okay. You can't seem to get it off the ground, so kind of getting tired in a sense of trying, because how much more can you do, okay. So I wouldn't get down on yourself about it, Aries, because maybe it's just not the fact that you can't get it off the ground. Maybe it's not really the time for it to get off the ground, okay. um, you've got to, if it's in reference to a business, in a sense, there could be something about it that's just not right for this moment, okay. Maybe at a later date. Depends on what industry you're in. Like, for example, you know how usually in the wintertime summer clothes are on sale, okay. So the best time to get summer clothes is during the winter, just the same as it's better to get winter clothes during the summer, always during off season. Scheduling a vacation is always good to plan in off season than in season because it costs more, okay. In retail, holidays always come sooner than later, okay. So like right at the end of Christmas, you'll see stores start planning for Valentine's Day, and that could be literally two and a half months away. Um, but nonetheless, retail just runs like that, okay. And so think of it in that aspect, okay. If you're running a business, that is the thing that you have to look at, all right, and see if your model works for a particular season, okay. Could just be that, all right. Let's go ahead and move on to your past placement with this Chariot, okay, and this Four of Swords. Four of Swords is talking about having time to reflect and kind of think things over, okay, and protecting your idea, okay. Um, I can't remember if we talked about that in your past readings, Aries, of being mindful of who you share things with, okay. Um, Also, in the sense of even worrying about people who may push you to do something that you probably shouldn't do, okay. Um, Maybe an opportunity came up through a mutual connection or something like that, and you moved based off of that person, but didn't get all the details for it. And so, without really thinking things through first, before maybe you stepped out of your own routine, which caused you to end up in this Ten of Swords situation. Okay, because I'm feeling maybe again business wise, in business sense, if you don't get all the details from your client first before you get into something, Aries, as you're working on that project with that person or that commission, whatever it is, you're going to run into problems every time. They're going to stop you. You can check in with them and say, hey, this is what I came up with. And they're like, no, I don't like that. And can you do it this way? And, you know, you do have to learn how to bend a little bit when it comes to doing something for someone else, especially something commission based, and be prepared for anything. You can only be 10 times more prepared if you took the time in the past to learn more about the project. Okay. Um, I have done that before for like doing an art piece. I do abstract art. Occasionally, I've kind of stepped away from it because I just haven't been energetically guided yet to really make anything. But I did a commission piece, and I think that might have been part of the reason why I kind of stepped away from it, is because it took me so long to do it to really get into what the person wanted. Um, I have nothing wrong with faith. It was more so a faith-based piece, and I'm more of a spiritualist. I'm not a devout Christian or anything like that, but I'm more spiritual than I am religious. And so it took me a minute to actually be able to create something that really not only would satisfy them, but also not take me out of who I am as a person, to go against the grain. And so it took a very long time because it was labor intensive. It was the biggest piece that I ever did. Um, but I was able to get through it, while also satisfying the client. So you do have to bend a little bit when you're doing that. Okay, and kind of take that into consideration. But I had colors in mind. Again, this is painting, so it's totally different from, any kind of industry, but you can make it work for yourself, okay, to fit to you in your situation. But I talked to them about if there was anything in particular that they really wanted. They wanted a cross in the painting, and so I was like, okay, is that it? And that was all they wanted. That's what they really wanted to be in the piece, and so I had to work around that and slowly interjected them in as the process was going forward. They didn't want any changes, so obviously I was in the right direction. So just kind of consider that, especially when you're dealing with mutual friends, kind of putting you in connection with someone, that you get all the details, because the person who's putting you in contact with them only knows to give you their name and what they want, but in very little detail. You're going to have to, really think it through first and talk with that person, to know exactly what they want. Okay, Aries? So let's get into the final placement of your future placement energy, which is Temperance with the Seven of Cups. Okay? Having patience to really sit down and figure out what it is you want to do moving forward. Okay? Um, in regards to things that you really maybe consider, like I said, narrowing down what it is you want to deal with moving forward. If it is in reference to business, maybe change what it is that you have available in your business as far as services, based off of feedback. Okay, because cups is emotions. Okay, have patience with the feedback that you receive and move accordingly. Okay, if you're looking at analytics of your business, kind of look at the feedback in the sense of, if it's food based, how many people, how many orders did you have a month for this particular thing? What was the feedback on it? Did they like it? Was it too sweet? Was it too salty? Things like that. Maybe pull it, revamp it, or scrap it. Okay. Things like that. Look at your analytics, see how often something is bought. Look at the time and season that it's bought in and how well it does, kind of cross reference. You're going to have patience with it. Okay. Accepting what comes to you as far as people's feedback, and moving as you need to. Okay, that is the most that I'm going to say about that. Okay, because different tastes for different people, and that goes across the board when you're dealing in business. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, to clarify this Two of Cups, you have the Sun card too, okay? The Sun card came out also for Aquarius, okay? There's some enlightenment in regards to, maybe again, you have the Six of Swords underneath this Two of Cups. So something about moving forward and maybe making a connection with someone, to have a conversation. Maybe business consulting is something that maybe you're looking into to talk to someone about. But some enlightenment definitely on what you need, maybe to help your business flourish, or to put you in the right direction of whatever is going on in your life right now, if it's not business related, okay, Aries? So making a connection with someone, or again making an enlightenment within yourself, of what you need to change or focus on, okay? So that being said, again, y'all have a lot going on. I'm not going to pair you guys with Aquarius, because you guys have not really too much in common to really connect, really, but you are just piggybacking off of enlightenment that is happening along with Aquarius as well, okay? So let's get into your heart oracle to see what is to come, or the final decision for you guys. Just so you guys know, I will be heading into vacation mode after I finish with Group 3's readings. We do have the All My Loves coming up for you guys as well. And so once those are done, I will be on a limited reading schedule. It will still be like I did last time, energy shout outs and channeled messages, but they'll be more so geared towards the collective, not a particular sign, okay? Energy shout outs will be sign specific. We'll be headed back to the singing bowl, if you will, unless something changes, but it will be at least one reading that'll be sign specific, okay? So Aries, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck for you guys, and it is confront. Okay, confront. Number 18. Okay, confront. Not that popular, but it pops up from time to time within these readings so far. Okay, and so obviously some people in the collective of not just Aries, but the other signs in which it came up for. I think Scorpios came up for. I can't think of anyone else, but I know it definitely came up for them. It's coming up for you now. Okay, 18 equaling out to 9. It's time for a completion. We are wrapping up the year of 2023, so it's time to continue to mature and grow. Okay, confronting our shadow selves, or our younger selves. As you can see, this kind of looks like a mature young man here looking at, his shadow, but could be what's hidden as the moon is here. So a little bit of Pisces energy in there as well, and just focusing on confronting that darkness within, possibly, that, or what's hidden that we don't really want to talk about. So following your intuition on that, finding balance to move forward, maybe a work-life balance, if you will, okay? Maybe you're struggling to decide whether or not to do something full-time, and not work multiple jobs. That can be very tiring, okay? I've been there before, and it is not easy, especially when your body starts getting a little bit tired, okay? So make sure you're diligently trying to get some rest if you can, Aries, okay, to avoid that burnout. So you do have detach underneath this confront, okay, which is, I can only imagine, some new energy. So I welcome you guys. Truly appreciate your patronage. Feel free to subscribe so you know when I drop another sign, another reading for your sign, Aries, okay? So it's time to detach after you confront. Maybe detach from that shadow self, okay, that negative energy within, that hidden energy, or something or someone who's around you that's not really helping your energy grow. Okay, so your keywords here are fear, question, explore, courage, illusion, and clarity. Introspection and clarity are important at this time. Feelings that have lain dormant are now coming to the surface. They have been part of your subconscious for some time. They are referred to as your shadow self and represent all of your fears and delusions regarding matters of the heart. You may have concerns about examining these issues, but now that when an no, but know that when an issue rises to the surface, it's ready to be faced and healed. Have the courage to acknowledge and confront these newly emerging feelings. Look at them from all sides and try to determine where they came from. When and how were they planted in your subconscious? Question the validity of these feelings. Often they were based on your childhood imagination and no more than illusions. They're not appropriate for your adult relationships, yet they persist. They're not based on reality, but they're powerful influences and can affect your relationships in major ways. They can even prevent a romantic relationship from manifesting. Have the courage to explore your beliefs and misconceptions about love. You may find that these emerging feelings are based not only on your limited perceptions, but also on what you actually saw or experienced as a child. Know that whatever your reality was then, it does not have to be your reality now. You are no longer that person. Examine these feelings and gain clarity on who you are and what is true to you regarding your relationships. Your affirmation with this card: I examine my feelings about relationships and release what is no longer my truth. The archetype for this card from tarot is the moon card. Okay, like I said, Pisces energy. Okay, so really take the time to confront yourself these next few weeks leading into the new year, Aries. Okay, you guys are now in super extended mode. I think I've already done an extended for you guys prior. So definitely check that out to get kind of like a full reading for yourselves, Aries. We're now going to move into the power of surrender so we can get your final message of support. And this will pretty much wrap you guys up until your All My Love reading. Okay? So again, a lot of things kind of going on, more so wrapped around business for you guys, and possible connections. Again, take what resonates and pass the rest. Okay? You can check on the channel for all your most current readings if you click on video. And so you can kind of go back, maybe look at your right here and now, and kind of see how the energy has changed from here, from that particular reading. Okay? So, surrender your fear of intimacy. Okay? Surrender your fear of intimacy. This one is pretty popular as well. For some of you, you could be struggling with that right now. When it comes to work-life balance, in a way, whatever is going on in your work life can trickle into your personal life. So it could be hindering your relationships, okay? As the confront card was stating as well. You are ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart, okay? So, if work has been, kind of tiring you down, lean on your partner and express that to them, okay? If you're having any issues in that area as far as intimacy, you can go on my channel and look for playlists and head to the Bring Back the Intimacy readings. Those might actually help you guys. And, also outside of these, those were based off of previous energy. Again, maybe Pisces is in your birth chart. Because I do remember a Pisces reading that was kind of hitting on that kind of aspect of work life kind of infringing on the relationship. So you can kind of check that reading out. That might actually help you kind of move forward. And I'm trying to think of a meditation oil that would probably, give you some assistance. Um, but I can't really put my finger on one right now. But I will have the link to my Etsy shop in the description box below. But you may want to check some of those out. And I think it's because there's probably a multitude of them that would be helpful to you. I do have a sale going on now for my spiritual wellness box. Seller's pick on my Etsy. I can actually take the time to curate a specific box for you where I can just energetically put some of my items in the box for you. It's $30 right now, 50 after December 16th. That's the cutoff for Christmas time. So if you're interested, definitely check that out on my shop. All right. So until your next reading, Aries, peace.